Sick as a dog, sick as a dog. Hey everybody, Mr. Eric Jenkins coming at you with a brand new video. Sounding really stuffy because I'm unfortunately under the weather. A little sick Rick action happening over here, but I just took my rapid test. Turns out I'm 100% negative, which is great. No 19 for me, which is great, but it is the holiday season. It's, you know, the time for thanks, the time for giving, the time for football and Pillsbury Crescent rolls and Black Friday deals. I'm trying to get that 72-inch on TV that they only make 3 of per store, and they're in the rafters somewhere for like $2.99. It's time for Black Friday sales. It's time for physical media pickups. It's time for getting together with the ones that you love. So hats off and big thank you to everyone out there that is in the retail space dealing with everybody, that are out in the medical field dealing with everybody, and the moms and dads and cousins and aunties and uncles and brothers and sisters out there. You guys rule. Hopefully everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hug the ones you love and get to see, because there are people that aren't able to see them. So be thankful for what you have and all that fun stuff. So let's get into physical media collecting, shall we? I did a lot of pickups prior to Black Friday. One of them being a Criterion Pickup. Criterion is the upper echelon, the creme de la creme, the Pinot Grigio to your auntie's boxed wine. These guys produce some put out some really high-end films. They do a lot of restoration, a lot of special features, and they're just wonderful pieces of physical media. And a lot of these films I wouldn't have seen if it wasn't for Criterion. A lot of foreign films, a lot of art house films, a lot of silent films. So that is wonderful. But Barnes & Noble retailers twice a year will do a 20% off the Criterion Collection sale, which means that Blu-rays are starting at $19.99. DVDs start at $14.99, which sounds incredibly weird, especially being a Black Friday sale. These shits are expensive. This is a Blu-ray that costs $40. If you want a Martin Von Peebles box set, or Peebles box set, however you pronounce his name, you $70 on the regular end. You want the Godzilla book? Forget about it. You ain't got deep enough pockets for Godzilla, unless it's the Criterion 50% off sale, or you've got a good job. I don't know, but I went a little crazy. Very excited because there's one Barnes & Noble retailer near me that actually still does a music DVD, TV section. A lot of them have kind of closed that section off. So I spent like an hour and a half with just stacks of maybe and yes and a maybe pile. And, then I had to put everything back in alphabetical order because I don't want to be a jerk. And, it was fun. I had a blast. That's one of my favorite things to do to relieve stress. Just thumb through records, thumb through music, thumb through DVDs. So this was a great shopping experience for me, and I loved it. But let's get into it. Starting off with a political satire film, one of my favorites, The Great Dictator, a wonderful Chaplin film. His first talkie came out in 1940. Talkies came out with the 1927 hit, The Wedding Singer. No. The Jazz Singer. Oh, you know that 1927 Adam Sandler joint, The Wedding Singer?
Well, I have a microphone, and you don't. So you will listen to every damn word I have to say!
No, The Jazz Singer, the first publicized talkie. 13 years later, Charlie Chaplin, a very famous silent film star, makes his first talkie performance, and it is outstanding. A really cool, film that utilizes Chaplin as 2 different characters. The Jewish barber who comes back to his home after World War I, after being in the hospital. Come to find out his old town has been invaded with, stormtroopers and has become a ghetto. And then the second character he plays is a gentleman named Henkel, aka Hitler. It was one of the first films to make fun of Hitler. And if you search greatest speech of all time, there's like a big mistaken identity portion near the end of the film. And the tramp character, aka the Jewish barber, does this phenomenal speech. If you search greatest speech of all time on YouTube, it shows up, and it is wonderful. Not the best Chaplin film. Maybe I'll do like a ranking of Chaplin films for Criterion soon, because that's my dude. Charlie's my dude. Next up, a film I haven't seen in a hot minute. We have The Original Manchurian Candidate from 1962. Haven't seen this since I was 17, and when I watched it, I unfortunately fell asleep watching it because my film teacher in high school, Mr. B, if you're watching this, you're the best, but your classroom is so warm in the springtime, and I was so full from chicken patties. It's okay. But very, very cool political drama, kind of like sci-fi-esque, which is really cool. And it got remade in the 2000s. This version is a lot better, from what I remember. So I had to pick that up for kind of like a rewatch. Film I haven't seen, we've got Jabberwocky. And judging a book by its cover, this is a badass movie. This is a Terry Gilliam joint. And if you watch the trailer for this and watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail, they're shot very, very similarly. Watch the trailer for that. It looks really cool. Based off of Lewis Carroll's short story / poem of the same name. And gonna be a really fun watch. Can't wait. Movie that I haven't seen yet, weirdly enough, is Repo Man. Very excited to jump into this. Don't know much about it. Saw this on a lot of people's top 10s for like starting a Criterion collection, or a lot of like directors and musicians' top 10s. So I'm gonna give this a whirl. Kind of going in like blind on it. For some reason it just always slipped my mind. David Lynch's debut film, Eraserhead. 1977 breakout feature film. Now, if you like Twin Peaks, you might like this. I'm not going to be the best person to judge David Lynch's works, because the way I got into him was there was a record store and they had a copy of Eraserhead for like 20 or 25 bucks when I was younger. I think I was like 15. And then short films by David Lynch for like 12, and I picked up short films. And the first thing that I saw of I knew nothing of David Lynch, that I knew that he was weird. A lot of people spoke highly of him in like the like exploitation B-film genre like forums that I was going through. And the first short film I saw was Alphabet, which is interesting. And then I was like, okay, well maybe that's just a fluke. The next one was Six Figures Getting Sick 6 times. Yeah, it's... I had to look up the title of it because I haven't seen it in a long time. Now that I'm on like a lot of cough medicine, I might go back and watch these and just like, you'll see me like 2 weeks, be like, dude, like I'm changed. I'm a changed man. Six Figures Getting Sick 6 times is like a 2-minute long animated thing of like 6 sculptures just vomiting. Yeah, it's if you like the macabre, if you like the strange, and you like Twin Peaks, you might like Eraserhead. But Twin Peaks was also available, so I should have picked that up. The next pickup, I'm kind of embarrassed to show, but I'm gonna show it anyways. Salo, or 120 Days of Sodom. To be honest, I think the reason why I picked that up is the sheer curiosity of it being on the disturbing iceberg list. Now, I know why it's disturbing. I've read up on it. I started to read the book 120 Days of Sodom back in college, and like couldn't do much with it. But for picking up 2 political films already, and now going into a third, I think I'm going to look at this through a political lens versus a kind of disturbing lens, and especially what happened in the past 4 or 5 years with Big Jeff, This could be an interesting kind of, foreshadowing, but I'm not going to get into any more of that. You can look it up if you want. Make sure you're in incognito mode. But it's one of those, it's so bizarre and so bad that it's still a masterpiece kind of film. So take that how you will. Yeah. Next up, we've got probably the best spot to grab some more modern stuff that isn't art housey. There's like 2 kind of art housey movies in here. Is Best Buy. Best Buy's Black Friday deals have been going on for the past week or so. If you can make it out prior to Black Friday, and go to the physical retail stores and peruse around, see what they have in the shippers, probably going to be your best bet, but you can also go online and, click, clack away. These were all $10 a piece, all 4Ks. A lot of these are newer 4K upscales and 4K releases, which is really, really great. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World sounds and looks amazing in 4K. Loved it. Allie and I watched it. She watched it for the first time. I love this movie. New release, Quiet Place Part 2. The cheapest I found that movie in 4K was $18, I believe, at Target. And Target released their stuff later, so I had all these before Target even released their Black Friday sales, in their stores. So I was all right, cool. I don't need to go to Target. I don't need to go. I'm pretty much all set. There's a couple things loose ends I got to pick up, but nothing super crazy. Nobody, a film I wanted to rent for a long time. It looks awesome. I love Bob Odenkirk, and I think I can go for a really kind of over the top action movie. The only thing is, I was well, somebody's gonna buy it, and in 3 months, somebody's gonna sell it at their shop, and then I'll borrow it, and then I'll bring it back. I really didn't want to rent it, and then just be not in the mood for an action movie. But for $10, hey, if I don't like it, I'll sell it on eBay and probably make more on it. Probably sell it for $15 or something like that. Christopher Nolan's Tenet. Don't know. I don't know how to feel about that movie. Because I haven't seen it. But I've heard a mixed bag baby about it. So I'm pretty excited to actually have it in my collection for $10. And then Goonies. A movie that I've seen 8,000 times, and I'm going to watch it a couple more. Next up for DVDs is the Dollar Tree. So here is a lesson that I'm going to share to y'all about Dollar Tree. Is it never hurts to ask. So I walked in to get bags and gift bags for getting ready for the holidays. I usually like to stock up now and get stuff ready for... because I'm not good at last minute shopping, and especially getting wrapping paper and stuff like that. So I noticed that they did have some DVDs out, and I know usually Black Friday is when they release a couple shippers of DVDs, and they had 2 opened. So I go through, and there's a Blu-ray that's interesting to me, a DVD. So I'm okay, so I'm gonna grab 2 things, and then I notice underneath is 6 other white boxes. And they say DVDs, Blu-rays, end cap for, and they had the date of Thanksgiving. So I'm interesting. So I'm getting rung out, and the person that's ringing me out happens to have a managerial name tag. So I go, kind of a weird question, but do you mind if I open up those other boxes to see what movies are in there? She looks around, she goes, oh yeah, sure, there's no one in the store. Rips open the 6 boxes super freaking quick. And out comes a giant stack of media for myself and for others for gifts. So I'm very excited. Let's get into it. We have 9 pieces of media. A couple different titles here. We have The Walking Dead Vampires vs. Zombies. 6-film tin. So I picked this up just because it's a Night of the Living Dead variant. And I kind of like to see what other films are on here. Because I know Vincent Price is usually on the... drive-through horror anthology, public domain stuff. But then I started looking at it recently. There's Zombie Hell Houses on here, which is a Fulci film. So that's actually pretty rad. So $1 for that. We have a Woody Allen joint, Zelig. Don't know anything about this film. Didn't even look it up. But it's a Woody Allen film from the 80s. That's dope. Mario Brothers Mix Limited Edition. It's about 6 or 7 Mario Brothers episodes. Probably will enjoy that. Anchorman, because I don't have Anchorman on Blu-ray for some odd reason. House at the End of the Street. Saw this in a couple pickups from the last Dollar Tree pickup. And it's a movie I've never really got into, but, you know, it's a Jennifer Lawrence thriller, so hey. Not one, but 2 copies of Movie 43, because no one needs to watch this. One of those is for me. I'm going to actually probably do a Cinema Weirdo on it. Hopefully, I do a Cinema Weirdo on it. And the other one is a gag gift for somebody, so I'm very excited about that. And then The New Kids. This is a Mill Creek release with the VHS slipcover. I got 2 of these. These go for about like $10 on eBay, which is pretty cool. So I was stoked to pick those up. One's for me, and one is for a friend of mine. So very excited about that. And then now let's get into the gaming landscape of things. Gaming physical media this year is kind of lackluster. I decided to kind of skip Walmart, skip Target. A lot of the deals are very, you know, cut and paste from other stores. Your Maddens, your Call of Duties from last year. Call of Duty Cold War was like $40, I think, at Target, which is insane. But there's a couple titles that were like normally like $40. They're $20. I think All-Star Brawl was a cheap game. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, I think, was $20 at one retailer. I don't remember off the top of my head. Again, congested, haven't been out and about doing anything, so kind of difficult for me to figure that out. But I ended up going with Gamestop pre-Black Friday for a few reasons. One, I had points I had to use, so I, you know, bought one of each coupon. Boom, 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 boom. Or I bought like one big coupon and one small coupon or something like that. Usually I like stack up my points around this time and I just buy one of each coupon if I'm going to go just once. And they had buy 2 get 1 free on used games and buy 2 get 1 free on some new games. In that list of some new games was a nice little ensemble that I did pick up. I can show you 2 of them. The other one I actually gave to my buddy as an early present because he's been wanting to play this game since the trailer for it. So I said, hey, here you go. Merry Christmas. That game is Battlefield, the newest Battlefield onto the PS5. So that was part of the buy 2 get 1 free deal. I picked that up the day it came out, which was cool. So I got the Steelbook as well. Also picked up Demon Slayer on the Xbox. That was $40. Everywhere else was selling it for $35. But the buy 2 get 1 free just makes it so much better. And then I also picked up Vanguard. So picked up Vanguard and Vanguard and Battlefield and got Demon Slayer for free. Not too shabby. A separate deal that they had, Deathloop for $25. I got that for a buddy of mine who just picked up his PS5. And then we've got 3 games here. These were buy 2 get 1 free as well. Mario Bros, 3D World, and Bowser's Fury. WarioWare Get It Together. This is going to be a fun game to play closer to Christmas when I'm with Allie's parents. And then Origami King, Paper Mario Origami King, which I do need an actual case for. So I'm going to probably grab one of those next time I go to GameStop. And then, so altogether, I believe with my points and everything, it was like $220 or something like that. Which is not a bad deal at all, especially because not many places are lowering the price of Vanguard. Nobody's lowering the price of Call of Duty. The Steelbook actually sells for a little bit. Demon Slayer is still a $30, $40 game at most places. And then the Wii titles, $30 a piece at buy 2 get 1 free, are doing the math. Buy 2 get 1 free, not a bad deal at all. So couldn't have been happier with that. Plus I also stacked some more points, which was great. And then last, we have a quick eBay pickup. Won this auction, $15 for the stack. The only caveat was the gentleman wanted $16 for shipping. I know why, because they bought all these bubble mailers and put the games in there and used the medium flat rate box. Throw in a padded flat rate envelope, save yourself some money on the ship again, but whatever. A lot of these games I don't have for my own collection and could be used as trade bait, which is great. And there's one game in here I was tracking. Has been selling for about $20 to $27 or so. So I was fine with paying the $30. UFC 2009. PGA Tour 08. Dose Human. This one's going in the collection for sure. Never really played it, but my buddies played it and they enjoyed it. SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. One game I did have on the shelf already is Modern Warfare 3. And then the game that I really wanted was Darkest of Days. I'm going to be doing a playthrough of this, hopefully soon. So be on the lookout for a stream update schedule for the month of December. Hopefully I'm better by then. I would hope to be. This is a really cool first-person shooter that you can go back in time with some modern weaponry and wreak some havoc. So that's always fun. And I've been really getting into like these weird 360 first-person shooters. So I guess the time is now to buy them, because I've been looking at like The Godfather on the Xbox 360 has been going up. Blitz the League 2 has like hit $40. I think the game even launched at $40. For some reason I'm thinking that. So yeah, just a lot of these games that are like kind of weird and obscure are starting to go up in price. So decided to grab them now. But thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I'm sorry it's a little long-winded. Sorry for my nasaliness, my congestionness. I just want to make a video for you guys, also expressing my thanks to you guys who have watched my videos, who've liked the videos, come through on the streams. I really do appreciate it. And let me know down below what you guys plan on getting for your Black Friday pickups. I'd love to hear what you guys are picking up and where you're picking it up. Even if it's like a secret, super exclusive sale, wait until the sale's over and chime down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys picked up. I always like seeing like Black Friday hauls. It's always like a pastime of mine, just like going to like my favorite media YouTubers and just like watching their hauls and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys have a wonderful and safe and healthy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.